Hi, I'm Cash, and welcome back to Cash Talks Football. Well, today we're breaking down all the goals scored, well, half a goal scored against France against Austria in the Euros. I'm going to talk a lot about coaching points that I make all the way through the Premier League season and hit you some of those highlights. Some of them about defensive midfielders. Some people in the comments clearly don't understand their roles and responsibilities, them covering left and right back, so we can see a clear example of it today. One of the main things that you've seen in the Premier League throughout the season is the amount of times that I'm yelling at players that don't go to the ball and stand out wide, marking their player, thinking they're doing their job. Classic example of people doing it correctly today. There's very few times when I get to say they're doing the right thing. I'm also going to rag on that this same thing that happened at Wycombe Maine. You got it so wrong for England, and you can see an example of how you're actually supposed to do it today. But right now I'm going to show you the shape here, and we're going to talk about the player out wide here, and why this guy isn't going to mark him, and why he's doing such a good job. Because this is bait, right? So while you're trying to stretch the team, and of course the ball's on this side of the field over here, you do not engage with this player here because he's no threat to you whatsoever. The ball is over here, unless this guy can actually, beam it up to a spaceship and teleport the ball over here, he's no threat. If he plays the ball, this guy has got all the time in the world. As the ball is travelling, he can get there and pressure the ball. Why you keep a player wide out here is because you want this player to be sucked in. You want him to make a mistake and then try to make a bigger gap here in the middle of the field. That's what you're wanting it to happen. So you're baiting him. So they've got their shape perfectly set up. They're doing a great job. And Austria have got a fantastic job actually holding the defensive line and not getting involved with the player out wide here and getting pulled into the bait. This little next coaching point that I'm going to talk about here is these two players right here. You can see this massive gap, right? And the gap that's here will also be the same gap back here. As the play moves forward, that gap will still be the same. And it might go a little bit less, but you can see because his starting position is so far out, he won't get back in time. And you've got something different here where you've got two strikers actually playing together up front. I don't know if they do that regularly, or they might just be doing it if there's one particular play that's going on here. Now, back in the day, you used to have a big striker knocking the ball down to a little wee man who would either run past you to try to have a shot, or as it goes down, just try to have a shot. Now, ultimately, when you've got this much space, as a striker, you really want to try to bring it down and get your shot off on your own. But France are quite good, and they do get back in cover. But we're going to show you, just as the cross comes in, what exactly happened. So as we can see, the cross is coming in. We're going to play this forward. But you can see that gap is still there because this guy can't be back. So it's 2v1 on the centre back here, which is, this should be a goal. This should have been a goal right here. You've got the one's going to knock it down to the other one, and he should get his shot off and score a goal. Let's play this forward. Watch this. Bosch, as he knocks it down. Now this guy has got the ball in the box. He's 1v1 with the keeper. He's got time to have one touch. That touch can either go wide and then slot it into the keeper, or just beat the keeper running towards him. You can say it's a good save from the keeper, but it's really not. The striker just should do better, and his touch isn't good enough there. He should have scored that. And there's the difference between world-class strikers and just strikers. And it looks like he's just an striker. So this is the difference of actually understanding football and not playing in the Premier League. So these guys are marking right here. Obviously, this is Mbappe right here, who you probably want to mark. But you can see this guy's got a free run on the ball. And what would normally happen in the Premier League, this defender would stay here marking Mbappe and let this guy run through the middle of the field. So as we move this forward, let's watch what actually happens. A little bit of a click, bump. Okay, defender's coming over. He's trying to get close to the guy. The midfielder's coming over. He's getting pulled wide, and you can see the gap there. That's what he's looking to try to exploit. He's trying to go straight into that space there and really hoping that this guy stays out wide. He's hoping that Mbappe comes a little bit wider and pulls this defender away, but that's not what happens. What actually happens is the defender realises that the football's important and he goes towards it. So he puts on his little burst of speed, gets ready to go into the gap, and the defender changes, bump, reads the danger, goes in and snuffs out and wins the ball. Now, the goal actually ends up coming from this because Austria end up doing something which is ridiculous here. But anyone who's watched my channel, you're going to know immediately as soon as I say it when this happens, because when someone puts their arm up and tells somebody else what to do in the Premier League, you know it's a goal. Same thing happens here. As we move this forward, they've won the ball. Watch this guy put his arm up. Oh yeah, it's my ball. I've got it. He's telling them it's under control. I've got it. I've got it. These guys end up trying to play the ball out of the back and getting themselves in all sorts of trouble and giving the ball away. Yeah. Now I want to show you this because this guy here ends up playing a through ball this way. All he has to do is, when this ball comes to him, take his touch and go into the space this way. But this is what happens when you're repeatedly coached about playing the ball backwards and not understanding the situations you're in and not reading the game and being able to move it forward. You're trying to play it backwards. And he thinks he's got numbers up, so he's okay. He's 4v1 and he can do this. But he doesn't. Watch this. Dosh. He puts a through ball in for Dembele to run in onto here. Now, there's a whole bit of a bundle going on, and eventually it comes to him. So I'm going to skip ahead to the point where Mbappe beats his player, and I'm going to show you the key moment when the defender loses the ability to track Mbappe and what he really, how he really makes his mistake. Okay, this is the key moment right here, and you can see it. Now, when I'm coaching and teaching players how to defend in these 1v1 situations, I play it as a game, right? So think about this. You've got the ball. He touches the ball. He gets a go. After he touches the ball, then you get a go. What do I mean you get a go? Right, if he touches the ball, does that mean you can go forward to the ball, or are you trying to go backwards away from the shape? Because that's the only motion. Then he gets a go, all right, based on what you're doing, and then you get a go again. And then that's how it goes. You're reacting to what he's doing. So if you look at what Mbappe's done, right, he's in a power position, he's pushed off his foot and he's going that way. And I don't know if he's identified this or seen this, but you can look at this guy here. This foot's off the ground. He can't put that foot down because that's one go when Mbappe's going. After he puts his foot down, then he gets another go pushing off it. That's two motions. So it'll be 2 strikes. Okay? But Mbappe's just got one and he's going to go past him in those yardage. Right, so when you think about the yardage here as well, you're assuming Mbappe's probably a step faster than you. So we're doing this and we're going to do that, right? So he's already got to this one point here. He's probably faster than you. So he gets to 2. If you make a mistake, which he's made, that's 3. So he's going to be here before that foot goes down and you can react. All right? So if you watch what happens here, this is exactly what happens. Boom, his foot goes to go down. Can you see his body's all twisted because he can't get his foot down and push off it before Mbappe's already there. Can you see that? That's why he's beaten him. This guy's body shape, he's going backwards. His foot, he's wrong-footed because he can't get onto his left foot and then push off it. And Mbappe's already gone. Bosh, straight past him. And then he uses his strength. Because look, right there, they're about even. But remember, Mbappe's already got a head start on him because he's already probably running, not at full pace, but he's accelerating while the other guy is just trying to catch him. And that's how he gets around him. But let's look at the cross. You can all see the problem there. You can see that the guy's taken his eye off the ball. It's bounced him on the back of the head and it's gone into the net box. Yeah, shocking defending really. If he keeps his eye on it, he may have a chance. But this whole goal is created by Austria playing with the ball at the back, not getting rid of it and doing the right thing after a good little bit of quality defending. Right, so on this little coaching point I'm going to try to make for you here, you can see you've got your back four, kind of. They're getting back. You've got your defensive midfielders coming tracking back. But you can see this guy here knows he cannot go to the ball because if he does, this guy's just going to play the ball in behind him and he's going to put that guy on the run. However, look at his body shape. You can see he's looking at the player and he's looking at the ball. Perfect. Well done. And all he's trying to do is take the space away because right now the space is dangerous because the ball is too far away from the goal for him to really worry about. And the longer he tracks this guy back here, the more chance there are of players coming to help him and stop the ball. But all he's got to do is keep an eye on this player, keep an eye on the ball, and track him as he goes back. That's what his real goal is here. Look at his body shape. It's perfect. He's waiting for the pass. He's waiting. He's baiting it. He knows that ball's going to get past there, and he's going to close this player down as quickly as he possibly can. Right, let's watch, push. There it goes. Off he goes, closing the ball. He's shot in the space. Do you see that he hasn't come inside to him and showed him? He hasn't come this side. There. He's made a bit of a curved run, so he's actually cutting off him from going down the line. We can see this would-be guy here who's passed the ball now. He's going to make a run all the way around here and receive it. The difference is this guy tracks him. All right? And I'm going to show you this right at the end. You're going to see here's a back four with 2 people here. And he's not quite close enough to the ball. And the whole goal of when the left or the right back steps forward is one of the midfielders comes back in and covers, so you keep your back four. Let's watch what happens. You can see as I've moved this on just a little bit, you can see he's almost in that position to go through. The centre-backs come out, not really needed, and I've got a problem with centre-back coming out because he really should be staying here right in the middle here, because if this guy was a little bit better, he would bait that, cut it here, and thread the ball straight. Well, actually, thread the ball about there for this guy, because these two have gone for. He's telegraphed the play so obviously that he's going this way. These two players have read it, and if this guy here could see that a little bit quicker, he'd come inside and he'd deliver a quality pass, so he would miss his shot on goal, but he didn't. So let's move this on. As we see Bosch, as it goes, perfectly covering for the right back, exactly how he's supposed to be, and they win the ball brilliantly. Overall, some really good key points where they're holding their shape and defending as a unit together, and they're all just doing the right things. There's very few times I get to say that, but I can today. I'll see you next time on Cash Talks Football.